to. Yes, because of the way that they are making light work of the Cavs.
Pacers up 41 at the half. And then the only thing that left that mattered, this is during second half warm-ups. That's the reason you're seeing these camera angles. It's not game action, but that's Donovan Mitchell, and this is just terrible. You can see he's trying to warm up. And look, Jay, what do you see there? Like he just...
I don't know what I see.
It's something with the left ankle. They're saying it's a left ankle. Cavs get dominated and they lose their star. The final was 129-109, and it wasn't nearly that close. Windy, what, if anything, do we know about the status of Donovan Mitchell going forward as the Cavs are down 3-1?
Well, you are correct. They are saying that that's an ankle injury. I am not here to call them not being truthful, but that does not look like an ankle injury to me. He has been dealing with a calf injury during this series. That does look like it could be something with a calf there. He is having an MRI today. And here's the reality. The reality is the only reason the Cavs are anywhere close in this series is because Donovan Mitchell has played great. He averaged 40 points a game over the first 3 games of the series. If he is not able to go in tomorrow's Game 5, I do not see a scenario in which the Cavs can make this sort of comeback. The Pacers absolutely beat them mentally and physically in this game. And I know that there are going to be people who are going to say that this is some sort of upset, and you alluded to it. I mean, it absolutely is an upset. But the breadth of the upset, it would be disrespecting the Pacers. They are 41-16 since January 1st. That is about on the pace of a 59-win team. The Cavs were a 64-win team. This was a lot closer from the start, and the Pacers have been healthier in this series, and they've been more mentally sharp in this series. You can have a blowout loss on the road. Many championship teams have lost games in blowout fashion on the road. The reason the series is 3-1 and not 2-2 is that the Pacers have been mentally stronger, especially in Game 2, where the Cavs had an inexplicable situation blowing that game. That's why they're on the brink of elimination.
And by the way, that win, and Cindy, we can put the full screen up that Artie was just telling me that was originally later in the hour. So home teams in the Eastern Conference semifinals in this round are home teams in the conference semifinals. So with this round are 4-10, including 1-7 in the East. That win last night that we just showed you, Indiana's win, was the first home win of this round. Indiana-Cleveland had been all road wins. Knicks-Celtics has been all road wins. This could just be a coincidence. I'm trying to figure out what the reason is for this. Do you have a theory as to why home court has been an actual disadvantage in this round of the playoffs?
Well, so far would be my caveat to that statement, because I think later in series, particularly if you think Boston and New York and Boston is going to go the distance, I think it will matter a little bit later. My only theory on it is that the fans' energy in terms of being anxious, all seeing 20-point leads across the league dissipate, plays into the players getting tight as well. That's the only theory that I really have on this one. Otherwise, I don't know.
And my theory is I don't care. I don't give a damn. I want home
what
court.
Do you care about?
Well, no. My thing is it doesn't matter what that record is. I want home court advantage going into the Eastern Conference Finals or the Western Conference Finals. I want my fans to be able to play that advantage when it comes down to stretch. I don't know what that is. That feels more like an anomaly to me. And sometimes these things happen.
If your team has statistically been better on the road all season, do you still feel that way, period?
Like Boston.
Correct.
Like Boston's 34-8 on the road. I still want home court advantage. Period. It matters the most.
All right, cool.
I mean, the Knicks, who we're going to get to here in a second, are 1-3 at home in these playoffs, and they are 5-0 on the road. Let's go to that series. Celtics shot the lights out at the Garden on Saturday and handed the Knicks a 22-point loss in Game 3. So it is now a 2-1 New York lead in that best of 7. Boston 20 of 40 from 3 after shooting 25 of 100 in the first 2 games. So what does Vegas say? Vegas now says the Celtics at ESPN Bet are -300 favorites to win this series despite trailing 2-1. If you look at this, it's really a remarkably telling number. They are a more significant favorite than the Pacers are at this moment to win their series. Indiana is up 3-1. The Celtics are down 2-1. But Boston is a more significant favorite at this point to win the series than even Indiana is in theirs. So I will point out that all 3 of you were at this game. The only person in this conversation who didn't go to the game Saturday was me.
It's okay, Greg.
So that's a whole other thing we can talk about a little later. But Windman, I will give you the first words on it. You were there. I feel like you were trying to say a lot last week, this is coming. Like the Celtics just believe these shots are going to start to fall and then it will look completely different. And to me, it might have been as simple as that Saturday. What did you see?
Well, the Celtics are a team of science, and whether you agree with that philosophy or not, the science was telling them there was no way they could keep losing these games. Of course, basketball is not played on paper, and therefore that's why we enjoy it and watch it. But the Celtics were confident that it would turn, and I kind of have worrisome news for the Knicks fans. It actually hasn't really turned yet. There was a couple of Celtics that hit threes, including Peyton Pritchard, who was great. But Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown were 15 of 37 in this game. They were not out of their slump yet. In fact, the two of them, who are super high volume three-point shooters, are still shooting 29% on three in this series. The Knicks have to prepare for Tatum and Brown at some point to get on track. But the supporting cast for Boston, which is deeper than just about any team in the league, was great in this game. They took the fans, who were awesome. Every seat was full at tip-off. But it took the fans out of the game right from the start, and the Knicks never got any traction.
One of those seats was filled by Jay Williams, who was sitting right by the Celtic bench.
Yeah. Can I give you guys an analogy? I don't know if you guys have ever gone through this
Is this going to be dangerous?
No, it's not dangerous.
Oh, okay.
And it's a delightful mode, since you know
Okay.
you said I start off the week with negative count. Have you ever gotten in your car and the gas light is on, and you're like, I'm just going to keep trying to push it.
Oh, 100%.
I'll get it there. And then has it ever stalled out on you? I feel like that is the New York Knicks. I really do. I feel like they have pushed the margin in their gas tank, and I feel like it's starting to fade out. And when I say that, he's right. I mean, you talk about Jaylen Brown, 19 points on 18 shots. Jason Tatum, 22 points on 20 shots. They're just starting to find their rhythm offensively, and I feel like I'm watching a New York Knicks team with Jalen Brunson, who spent most of the game leaned over, just being absolutely exhausted. Now, I'm not saying that the Knicks can't have some kind of Herculean accomplishment and pull it out, but do I think that's probable? No, not at all. Just because Karl Anthony Towns looked exhausted. Mitchell Robinson, they're hacking him as soon as he comes in the game. That feels like that's a game within the game itself. Just when he goes to the free throw line. I'm just wondering where they get enough points to compete against a team that's starting to find their rhythm from the outside. That's just me.
And I think that's a totally fair question. To that question, I would say that if, and this is to your point, if fatigue is bothering you, then you have a problem when it comes to three-point shooting. But they also shot 22% from three. For whatever reason, they have not put their best foot forward versus the Celtics yet. And it very well may still come up short. But as a team, I don't think you've seen a total game, and they are well aware of that. They are not making any excuses. Jalen Brunson used the phrase subliminally satisfied, in terms of not being able to manufacture the same urgency that the Boston Celtics had in terms of not trying to go down 3-0.
Just every game they've been down 20.
I agree.
So the down 20, Herculean comeback.
I agree.
Game 2, down 20, comeback.
They have said that
Game
that
3,
is
down 20. It just felt like they were trying to kick it into a different gear, but they couldn't get it there.
Go ahead, Wendy.
The truth is Brunson's not having a very good series. He was awesome, totally transformational in the fourth quarters of Game 1 and Game 2. He's only shooting 38%. And you've got the Knicks as a team are only averaging 95 points a game in regulation. The one game they got up to 108 because they had overtime. They're only averaging 95 in regulation. And as you mentioned, Jay, they're hacking Mitchell Robinson, which is reducing their efficiency offensively. And Karl Towns injured his left hand. He's going to be okay. He's not on the injury report, but he was 5 of 19, largely affected by whatever was going on with that left hand. The Knicks need some offense because I promise you the Celtics offense is nowhere near clicking.
Well, let me just pull Jay's phrase from this morning. We don't care. Like, you are unable to make excuses at this point. And having rolled with this team, y'all know my role, they are not making excuses either. Now, the basketball of it all may very well practically come down to three-point shooting is the headline and the main thing in this series. That very well could happen. But at this point, they have an incredible opportunity because who predicted them to be up 2-1 in the series in the first place? And so if they don't make the most of it now, that'll just be what we have to live with in the offseason.
I just feel like this series is over.
You've been saying that since Game 1, I know.
I'm sorry. It's not
direction?
because I hate on New York Knicks. I love Jalen Brunson. I know since he's been 6 years old.